It's a timely discussion, with October 10th being World Mental Health Day and this week being National Mental Illness Awareness Week.
Hi, my name is Leslie Rogers. I am the Safety and Wellness Specialist for Beaverton School District. I oversee student threat assessment, suicide prevention, and other crisis services.
Leslie Rogers says this week the Beaverton School District is focusing on mental health and hoping it'll be a launching off point for efforts throughout the year.
We have a really targeted social media messaging campaign talking about recognizing signs of mental distress, where to get help.
She says the goal this month is for every student to hear about where they can go for help. They're planning to have suicide prevention lessons throughout the year.
It's the first time that we've really marketed to the entire district and tried to really raise the awareness on a district level rather than on an individual school level.
Rogers says kids and adults seem to be struggling more than in previous years where school was in person. It could be the pandemic, all of a sudden being in an in-person environment, or a combination of both.
And now that kids have returned to school, we're hearing so much about just overwhelm, anxiety, and much of that is inducing some just depression and just general struggling.
And that anxiety can push students to the breaking point.
And our concerns, I will say that our number of suicide screenings that I've received based on kids that have reported suicidal thoughts is much higher than it has been in previous years when we've been in person.
Rogers says it's imperative parents ask questions and talk about the tough stuff.
If I could give one piece of advice to every parent, it's to not be afraid to talk about suicide with your young people. There's no evidence that suggests that talking openly about suicide plants an idea in a child's head. In fact, the opposite is true. Talking clearly and directly about suicide decreases risk. And so I really want to empower parents to be able to ask the question, are you thinking about suicide?
This Thursday, the district, in partnership with Washington County, is having a virtual event for parents and caregivers to talk about mental health and suicide prevention. There's still space, and registration information is available on the district's Facebook page. Christine Petawanich, KGW News.